If I could give one piece of solid advice to anyone who's considering working with ayahuasca, or maybe has been working with ayahuasca a little bit, it would be this. Take your time to understand what working with ayahuasca actually is. Because you need to understand that working with ayahuasca is so much more than just drinking the brew. The big challenge is when we come to it from our current societal structure, it can be really challenging. And this is the reason why. Because of how we've learnt and how we've sort of understood the whole medicine thing, we come to it from a pharmaceutical mindset, which is basically take pill, feel better. And this doesn't apply to ayahuasca, not at all. The reason why this is incorrect is because we leave out some of the very, very key elements of working with ayahuasca. So, as I mentioned, ayahuasca isn't just drinking the brew. Ayahuasca is the collective of all the things that make up doing this very, very important, powerful work. Now, the key elements that we're leaving out when we come to it with this mentality are the ceremony, the space holders, the preparation and the integration, and most importantly, the traditions that have been carrying this medicine for literally thousands of years. Now, when we talk about the ceremony, this is going to be the space that you're working with the medicine. It's going to be the energetic container that you do the powerful inner work. It's where you have the spiritual surgery. When we talk about the space holders, they're the people who are going to be creating this space and guiding you through the really important process. So your facilitators, number one, the staff that are going to be working around the ceremonies or the retreat that you're doing, it could be the volunteers, and also the people who are going to be guiding the ceremony, so your curanderos, your shaman, your taita, depending on the tradition that you're working in. When we talk about preparation and integration, this is where it comes into your responsibility to a degree. This is going to be what you're bringing to the table, how you're preparing, what you're working on, things like that. When we talk about integration, we're talking about being supported through the whole process. It's a very, very important element. And as I mentioned beforehand, number 4, the tradition that has been carrying the medicine for thousands of years. There's lots of different traditions, but why this is so important when it comes to working with ayahuasca is because until you've done it, you don't really understand the sheer power of what you're doing. And basically, these traditions have been carrying this medicine and they live it, they breathe it, they create the ceremony, they know how to navigate it, they help you navigate it, and they create the platform for you to be able to go through this process. Just to sort of touch on it, and to disregard this and not understand that this is a very core, important element, you're doing yourself an injustice and you're leaving yourself open. Now, the reason why I consider this probably the number one piece of advice that you need to understand beforehand is because if you don't understand this, if you believe, which is very, very normal, it's okay, but if you believe that working with ayahuasca is just an experience and drinking a cup of ayahuasca, and don't understand that it's a very holistic process that has very, very key elements that are as important, if not more important, when it comes to working with ayahuasca, you are very, very likely to leave yourself open to subpar ceremonies, subpar facilitation, and also in this space, hate to say it, there's a huge amount of people out there serving medicine who have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And this is simply because they aren't carrying the tradition. And when you aren't carrying the tradition, you obviously don't have respect for it. And then you have to really start asking yourself, what is the motive behind the people who are serving medicine when they haven't been carrying the tradition and they haven't learnt the process of taking people through this very, very delicate process? And usually, from my experience, it's ego, it's a messiah complex, it can be money, it could be all those things together. While some people might have really good intentions, when it comes to your spiritual health, when it comes to your physical health, when it comes to your safety, there can't be any room for error, and it's really important that you understand this. So get out there, make sure you educate yourself, make sure you understand this process before you step into a ceremony. It's very, very important.